Okay, welcome back. How you doing, Julie?
Good.
So I think we should probably talk about PCSing because
Okay.
it's that time of year,
Yep.
and you're about to do it.
Yes.
And there are a ton of resources online and probably within every single duty station that are available to everyone.
Yes.
But I think we should talk about best practices, pros and cons, fearful things, things to look out for. You're in the middle of it right now.
I am. Excuse me. So, yeah, I'm in the middle of it and trying to figure it all out. I think sometimes it's the fallacy that there's like two ways to do it, right? Either do it all yourself or you let the government do it, right?
Right.
And that's it. Like but it's never cut and dry.
Right.
Maybe having the government move you is the easiest, but I definitely would not say it's the least stressful.
Exactly.
For some people may be like, throw it in the F it bucket and be like, I don't give a shit.
I have 5 kids. Come pack my stuff.
Yeah, I don't care.
Yeah.
I don't care if you go through all my stuff. I don't care if you steal take whatever you need. Go ahead. It doesn't bother me. Like, how you pack it, I don't know. I like surprises. I'll figure it out when I get there. Like,
Yeah. That's accurate.
yeah. And who knows? Do I want my stuff next week or do I want it 2 months from now?
It could be either.
I could just, whatever.
It could be sitting in rain. You don't know.
Yeah, you never know. So, that trailer could be leaking.
That's exactly right.
So, yeah, I think, and then, would do it, like, if you're doing it yourself or Diddy Moves, there's a lot of stress that goes with that, too.
Yes.
And so, I don't think that there's never it's never easy. Moving is never easy.
Right.
Period.
Starting over is never easy. Moving is never easy. Single, with kids, with pets, all the things, none of the things. It's very challenging every time.
Yes.
Moving 50 miles away or 1,000 miles away. It is new challenges every single time. You could be super experienced doing this after 27 years in the Coast Guard or any military branch. And it's stressful every single time.
Yeah. The problem we are running into. So never have we ever moved across the country. We've moved up and down the country. Like,
and I know I've said this to you before. That's adorable for you.
yes. We're in aviation, so we're special. But no, we've been lucky enough we've only moved up and down, right? We've never moved, like, Houston's the furthest west we've ever been.
Right.
So, like, we're kind of finding the issues with trying to move across country, and a lot of it is just trying to find companies that can do it.
Mm-hmm.
Because we like to use the containers. We like to put all our stuff in a container, have someone pick it up, drive it, and drop it in our driveway.
So this is also known as a partial Diddy.
Oh, no, we do a full.
Okay. So, but it's containers. Okay.
Containers.
So like pods.
Like pods or pack
whatever.
rats or the numerous amount of different ones. I didn't even know there was as many as there were until we found out that certain ones don't service Cape May and certain ones don't service North Bend.
Right.
And
I bet those don't align.
They don't. At all. So now we have to be like, do we want to pack the pods in Cape May or do we want to take all our stuff up and pack them in Philly to be then taken to North Bend? Or do we want to pack them here in Cape May and then just unpack them in, like, Eugene, Oregon?
Right. Yeah.
And so, and yeah, there's a lot of money to be made in do-it-yourselves, only if certain things align.
Sure.
Because we still have to go to Eugene and get all the stuff. And could we hire a moving company to move us from, like, the pods in Eugene to our house? Sure. Mm-hmm. But how much is that going to cost us?
Right.
And yes, our moving allowance will cover that. But then we're not getting. But then I'm kind of like,
why did he?
Why did he? If we're going to blow all our money on having to get there,
right?
Why do it at all?
So then why not just do the Diddy where you pack it all yourselves in a huge truck yourself and drive it?
Because we both have new vehicles and I'm not willing to ship a brand new vehicle.
No, you don't have to ship it. You can just put it on one of those...
No, I'm not. We're not. No.
Tow behinds.
No.
Yeah, the moving truck thing that you rent, you can get one of those little wheelie
Well, because
things,
we're
put your
not
car
going
up on
straight
it.
through either. We're stopping, and we're doing even crazier. We're planning to camp a lot of the places
Good. Oh, that's good. That'll be fun.
and use our overland trailer, which we have to pull too.
Yeah.
So, yeah, so we don't want to have like this big. We don't want to have to pay for 2 pull through spots basically, and then
Okay.
worry about how long they are.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the overland trailer is not that long, so
Right.
it's a lot. You know, we can do a much smaller site if we needed to.
Gotcha.
And so that's one reason why. And we plan on stopping, like, we're going to stop at Badlands and at Devil's Tower and at, where else? Mount Rushmore, Yellowstone,
Fun.
and, like, do stops like that throughout.
Right.
And so we don't want to have to worry about trying to find a place to park all of that. And then having to find a place to park it overnight whenever we go overnight.
Yeah.
So
It is a challenge.
it's such a challenge. I mean, could we do like, I mean, it would still take like 3 or 4 12-hour days
Yeah.
to get all the way across if we didn't do those stops.
Yes.
So, I mean, at this point, I think we're probably just going to do the pods here because it's easier to do them here.
That's true. Good.
And then rent a U-Haul truck when we get there and go pick up everything in Eugene and make 1 or 2 trips.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
And just do it that way. Instead of hiring another company to do it all in one trip, we'll just do it in a couple, of trips and get it done.
Excellent.
So, but yeah.
So, we have never used pods. We've always diddied ourselves. And when we moved from Southern California to Virginia, we had 2 vehicles and a boat. So we drove 2 vehicles and the boat out to Virginia and left a vehicle and a boat in military, like where we are here in this overflow parking lot that you can rent a spot on base. And then we drove the other car back from Virginia back to California, and then we packed a huge, and I don't know if it was a Hertz, it was bigger than a U-Haul carries, so I think it was
Penske or something.
Penske, that's what it was.
Yeah.
And then Mike backed the Penske truck up the driveway and packed everything, and we left a day and a half later. And I had the baby because Brennan was 2.
Yep.
I had Brennan in my car, and he was in the Penske truck, and we just went as long and far as we could every single day. I think it took us 3 or 4 days to get from Southern California to Virginia, and then we pulled up, and we realized that it had rained. Oh, our housing wasn't available yet, so we had to stay in a hotel for a little bit while they were fixing our housing.
Yeah.
And when that happened, it had rained, and there was a leak in the Penske truck, and our mattress completely molded in the summer heat. And so our Tempur-Pedic mattress, which we had saved up for forever, because, Mike was barely a chief. I don't even think he was a chief yet. He was first class. And we had saved for this Tempur-Pedic mattress, and it was trash when we finally opened up the Penske truck.
Yeah.
And that was devastating. And there was nobody to blame. That was just, our
Yeah.
loss. But luckily, we had made enough money on the move
To buy a new one.
bought the new one. So what did we learn from that? We learned that even when we do it ourselves, things can go wrong.
Yep.
That you can plan for everything. I mean, we thought by putting that mattress in a mattress bag that it would be safe from the elements. And what it ended up doing was just keeping in all of the humidity and mold.
Like a turkey bag.
It's exactly what it did. It just baked.
But it did keep it from spreading.
It did, which was nice.
Yeah. Just the mattress.
It was just the ridiculously expensive
Yeah, the
Tempur-Pedic
most
mattress
expensive
from
thing, yeah.
20 years ago. So yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
So everything can still go wrong. I mean, your shit can still break.
Yep.
Grandma's armoire can
Still bright. We did a Diddy move and we broke an antique table one time.
Yeah.
And it was just because I say we.
Wink.
Leaned it against the truck and it slid and fell.
Yeah.
And was I devastated at the time? Yeah, but then I'm also like, you know what? Maybe I shouldn't be moving this stuff. And I think, you kind of learn
Oh, yeah.
not to be attached to nice things.
This is so true. Whether it is a Diddy move or a PPM, you become very aware of, you know what, I need to know what my comfort level is if this shatters.
Yeah.
And if I'm going to be devastated and want to die, I should probably leave this with a family member.
Exactly.
Who doesn't move.
Exactly.
Yeah, that is definitely good advice.
Yeah. If you cannot stand to lose it, don't move it.
Yeah. Yeah, you have to assume that the worst thing is going to happen. The worst thing I think that could possibly happen is they lost my stuff.
So
right?
So one of my things, right, is that I don't ever really want to go overseas.
Right.
Like, I don't want to do Hawaii. I don't want to do Puerto Rico. I don't want to do Guam. I wouldn't want to do any of those. One of the reasons why is because I don't want to pack my stuff into a crate and put it on a container ship.
And just trust nature.
Yeah, exactly. Because if you ever watch
movie,
any of those movies or shows where you see those container ships,
yeah,
and they're hitting all that stuff, and you just see the containers just falling,
just topple, and you're
into
like,
the ocean,
how many
and
people
you're
just
like,
lost all their household
that's
goods?
my first thought when I see that.
Yeah.
It's like, who just lost their whole life?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's all of our nightmare.
Yeah, that's why I won't do this. That's one of the reasons I'm like, yeah, no, I'm okay. Because like, if I were seriously, if they were like, well, I'm sorry, ma'am, but you have to go there, I would probably be like, well, I'm just gonna sell all my stuff or put it into storage and buy everything there.
That's exactly what we would do.
Yeah, because I'm not moving all of my stuff.
Yeah, because you're never going to get the value of it. There's no sentimental value that you can attach in a dollar amount to anything that's been lost or broken.
Yeah, no.
And even if there was an actual dollar amount, the military would still say, well, there's depreciation on that. And we can't prove that this exact item is worth that amount. And you're never going to get whatever it costs to replace anything, even if it was brand new and you have the receipt and you're like, bro, I just bought this and you guys put it on the truck. It's still not going to be worth what you bought.
No.
It's
the government. They don't care.
Yeah. Yeah. And so now you throw kids and stress and pets and where are we going to stay as we move? And are we going to get reimbursed? When are we going to get reimbursed? What does that look like? Is it going to be the full amount? Did some yeoman file the paperwork wrong? Did my husband file the paperwork
Did
wrong?
I weigh it right?
Right. Did I get the
write
right
down
weigh
that
tickets?
stupid? Did I keep the weigh tickets? Did I write down the mileage?
Yeah.
And then you have the whole partial ditty, like you mentioned, the partial ditty.
Yes.
Where you do part of it yourself, and then you let the government do part of it.
Yeah.
Even that is stressful.
Exactly.
So,
and then from base to base, it's a completely different process. Like some bases say you need to weigh it empty at the start and full at the start, and then full and empty at the end. And you're like, wait a minute. And then some bases are like, no, just weigh it empty here and then weigh it full there. What? No.
Yeah.
Which way do I need? So we just obsessively collect weigh tickets from start
yeah,
to
exactly.
finish.
Here you go.
Which one do you need? Okay, here's that one.
Yeah, here they all are. You figure it out. Hello, yeoman. Figure it out.
Here,
That's your job.
Thank you for your service. And then there's the packing, and no matter how organized.
We're in the middle of packing, and we're in the point where John's like, "That's a good box. We're gonna keep it." And I'm like, "Our house is just like overflowing of boxes, And I can't walk around, and I'm like real close to like
snapping
because normally we kind of like would have a place where we could put boxes that we've packed away and then they're kind of out of the way. Here we don't have that luxury because
you don't have a garage.
I don't have
a spare room.
Yeah so I'm like, can we go ahead and pack a pod early and just
just fill it as we go.
And then, and that would help kind of alleviate. I might mention that to John because that might help. But then he'll be like, I don't want to pay storage on them for, for many months.
Yep.
And I'm like, for my sane, it's better than paying for me to go to an insane asylum at this point. Well, because we haven't hit our catastrophic cap yet.
That's
so what's
funny.
cheaper, catastrophic cap?
Yes. Exactly. What level of my sanity do you want to maintain today?
Do you want me to be out for a few weeks, or I will happily take a crazy a vacation to the can I check myself in? And I'm not trying to make light of
well, we have to joke about it or else we cry. Yeah. Right?
And I'm not trying to make light of people that do need to go to those things.
No, of
they
course
are
not.
wonderful things, and if they are needed, then please.
Of course.
Yes. So
Well, there is on Facebook, there's a group called PCS Like a Pro, Your Smooth Move. And I joined this group because
You were
I
curious.
I was curious. Well, yeah, because now I'm going to tangent for 1 second. The last time we moved was from Stafford, Virginia to here in Cape May. And we did it with an RV. And now that we live full-time in an RV, we have a cargo trailer that has all of our sentimental things and like holiday stuff. So if it's winter, it has all of our summer stuff. If it's summer, it has all of our winter stuff. It has all of Mike's tools and, you know, kayaks and whatever, stand-up paddle boards. It has all of our stuff that we don't fit in an RV.
Right.
So we have that cargo trailer, and then we have my cargo trailer that has all of my old work stuff and board games, and it's like where we record here. It's our studio. I never want to move any other way ever again. I want to know, this was perfect. We just hook up these 2 cargo trailers, drive them wherever they need to go, drop off a car, come back in one, and Mike drives the 5th wheel, and maybe I drive my Jeep, maybe I'm just a passenger in the 5th wheel. We go to the next duty station. Let me tell you, that's nice.
You're
now,
like a turtle.
It's exactly right. Yeah, we're just bringing it all with us when we leave. Now, watch us get Alaska or Hawaii.
But then, Alaska, you could no. Well,
no, we're not driving our 5th wheel up to Alaska. That's not happening.
You could.
We could. No,
You could.
I'm not going to ruin our 5th wheel. I've seen that movie.
Yeah, you could, but you don't want to.
Yeah, I also don't want to trust the integrity of whatever is built on our RV to make it that far and then survive. Now, we do have a 4-season RV, and it is ridiculously insulated. I would say probably one of the best in the industry. That being said, I don't want to test that in negative 47 degrees.
Exactly.
That sounds like a little too cold to be in an RV.
Yeah.
I think I'd rather just be in a house. Or just not do that ever.
Yeah. Yeah. Alaska's another one because, like, for us, because of the airframe that John flies, our option for Alaska, well, not completely, but our real option for Alaska would be Kodiak, and that's an island, and I'm like, no, thank you.
Yeah. And you know what? I hear it's beautiful. I hear
it's amazing,
things.
And I know people that go and love it and want to go back, but I am like, first of all, you tell me I can't see the sun for long stretches of time.
That's a good point.
No. I know me. I've been in Traverse City. I know my limits. Like, Oregon will be pushing it. Mm-hmm. But I also know I can do daylight lights. We're already looking at light fixtures and, like, being able to do daylight lights.
Yeah, that's critical.
And do, like, grow light type things and stuff like that. Like, I already know we are a sad light just to get sunshine. And I also know you have to get outside in those situations.
Absolutely.
No matter what the weather is, whether it's rainy and a little cold, we still have to go out and go hiking. Like, we just have to buy the gear that allows us to do that.
To be comfortable.
To be comfortable doing that.
Yeah.
So, we're prepared in that way. But I also don't want to go to Hawaii.
I mean, my heart wants to go to Hawaii, but not... I mean, you can't bring an RV there.
No, you cannot go.
So that would be one of those things where we put everything in storage.
You could put it on a boat and go.
No, that's okay. I'm good. That's check, please. No, that would be one of those things where we were like, okay, let's put it all in storage.
Yep.
And just buy it all when we get there.
Yeah.
That's stressful.
Yeah.
And I know people who have done it and who have been like, yeah, it's worth it, Hawaii. And then, you know, I've heard... But that's the thing, right? Everywhere, whenever we're in these groups and people are like, we just got orders to blah, 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 tell me. And it's like a lottery. It's a mixed bag of responses of, that was the worst duty station we were ever in, to, oh my God, I'm thinking about buying a house there. You can't trust what everybody says on the internet.
No, because everybody's different. And everybody's experiences are different.
That's right. Everybody's trash is somebody else's treasure and vice versa.
Yep.
And you have to take, whenever you risk putting a statement out there like, we just got orders to.
Yeah.
You have to risk that 90% of what you're going to hear is the worst experience everyone has ever heard.
Yes.
Even if they had amazing times there. They're
Yes.
still going to be like, listen, Linda, there was black mold in the walls. We all almost died.
Yeah.
They're not going to be like, that was the most amazing tour that we've ever had with friendships I'll keep forever.
Right.
PCS Like a Pro, your smooth move,
Yeah.
has a million options, opinions, thoughts, best practices, questions, answers.
Yep.
I mean, you name it. The moderator does a pretty good job of keeping everybody in check and on task. But you can do a search in that group and find any answer that you're looking for.
That's good then.
And that's just one Facebook group. I mean, I'm
Yeah.
sure there's 50,000 of them.
Well, we have a moving checklist on our website.
We do have a moving checklist. Yes, for both.
For both.
PPMs and for
Yeah.
days.
And if you feel like we need to add to it, please let us know. We can
love
add
that.
to it.
Yeah. And we're at 20 minutes.
Yeah.
So we'll wrap this up with good luck on your move, Julie, and everybody
Thanks.
else who's PCSing this summer.
I also wrote a blog post on moving, which I may be editing after this move.
Don't edit it. Just do a new one.
Just do a new one. What this one was like.
Yeah. That's perfect.
So-
Good luck to everybody this PCS season, and may all of your stuff arrive safely and in one piece.
Yes. And where it's supposed to.
That's right. To the correct address.
To the correct address. Check those stickers, people.
Thanks for listening. Hey, thanks for taking a moment with us, the Mommandants. You can find us on our website at mommandantsmoments.com.
We also have social media, so you can find us on Instagram, Facebook, and Pinterest, all with Mommandants Moments.